Hello everyone and welcome back. We are going to go through the Christmas Uta now. This is I'm pretty sure this is a normal legend, so not exclusive to anniversary banners or anything like that. From what I've read, she's very interesting. Now, I'm trying to not go into this with a negative mindset because nowadays it's easy to just write off any legend because of how many there are. But this Uta is actually pretty interesting and in my opinion, very, very strong. Well, her captain ability, let's go through it. So first off, she's going to give cooldown, always nice to see. But then she's going to reduce swap effects by 5 swaps. So super swaps are going to be ready basically at the start of the quest. That is great for speed. Then we have a 2 type and 2 class attack boost and HP boost. To strength, quick, cerebral, and shooter. Now this is quite unique. Most characters boost 1 type and 2 classes or just classes. So it's great that she boosts such a wide variety of characters. And it's been a while since we got a cerebral shooter supporting legend, which is great. Then she's going to be giving you a 1.35x HP boost and a 5x attack boost. 5x flat is not the best in 2024, basically 2025. But she does get a high multiplier after you start hitting perfects. But first off, she's going to change your Psi Orbs naturally into Rainbow. And that is definitely going to be what, or how you're supposed to get the effect from Vivian Rebecca 6 Plus's special. You're supposed to hybrid Uta up with Vivian Rebecca or run double Uta with Vivian Rebecca as a sub. You get the Rainbow Orbs and then you use their special, you get the damage nullification reduction. Unfortunately, you have to run these two characters together to get that effect, or you can use any of the many other characters in the game to give you Rainbow Orbs. Either way, this is pretty nice. Psi Orbs is kind of random. She's not even a Psi unit herself, nor does she work with Psi units, so kind of random. But she will then state that after hitting 3 perfects in a row, you will get a 5.5x attack boosting captain for those types and classes. So it has to be in a row. If you hit 2 perfects and then hit a great and then a perfect, you will not get the 5.5x. So this is very similar to Gear 3 Luffy, the first best captain in the game. He was amazing when the game started and he had a really strong captain multiplier after hitting a certain amount of perfects in a row. This is very similar and we haven't gotten an effect like this in a while. So that's why I say she's very unique. Besides the fact that she boosts such a weird range of characters. Now, she is also going to reduce burn by 10 turns. This includes insta burn. So this is very helpful nowadays. Then we have the effects that are going to help you in Superboss or just getting really high damage multipliers. So if you tap on Uta herself, so it has to be Uta, it can't be one of the subs. If you tap on her with a rainbow slot, so remember she can naturally generate that, then she will inflict the enemy with minus 10% resistance to strength, dex, and quick units. Then, if a cerebral or shooter crewmate uses a special, she's going to boost the attack of the next final tap performed by a cerebral or shooter character by 20%. Now remember, you can carry this over multiple stages, but you have to not hit 6 taps. If you hit with your final unit and the chain ends, then this effect will automatically be used and will go away. But it can stack. If you use 2 cerebral and or shooter characters as special in 1 turn, you do get 40% for the next final tap. Unfortunately, it can only be used twice in a turn and up to 6 times in the entire quest. Now, I'm not sure if this stacks with double Uta, and if you get 12 maximum activations if you run double Uta and 4 in a turn, or this cap is rigid, you cannot go beyond that even if you are running double Uta. Either way, this is quite strong because you can stack that up greatly over the quest. If you play your cards right, you can have like 100% final tap increase for the final stage, which is basically just a 2x attack increase for your final tap. So this is a very interesting effect, having this on Uta. The 10% resistance down can stack if you're running double Uta. So you can tap with both of your Utas. If they both have Rainbow Orbs, you get a minus 20% against these basic types. So I'm very happy with this captain. It boosts a wide variety of units. It has cooldown, so it's fast. And it's even better because it makes super swaps basically ready at the start of the quest for most characters. It has a strong attack multiplier that gradually ascends using quite a unique feature. It has rainbow orbs and also is going to help you with damage immensely. And it also reduces burn, including insta burn. So overall, I like this character's captain. Very unique. But then the special gets even more unique. This is the first of its kind, so she's going to allow your crew to perform super tandem with strength and rainbow slots for 3 turns, so that's going to carry over multiple stages. Heals crew by 20k fixed, so always nice to see fixed healing. It works regardless of recovery debuffs. And then it's going to change your crew slots, including block, to rainbow orbs. So that's going to work well with Vivi Rebecca and of course her own captain ability. Remember, rainbow orbs are always going to be counted as matching, so 2x attack boost. And then if your crew lands 4 perfects in a row in this turn, you're going to get a 2x strength, quick, cerebral, and shooter attack boost when landing a successful strike. So I'm guessing that means perfect for 1 turn. This is a new buff. I actually didn't read up until this point, so this is interesting. 2 new buffs in 1 special. So this is going to increase damage in Superboss by 2x. Yeah, I'm guessing she's going to be needed in Superboss just because of that effect. I don't think any other character in the game has this. Wow. This is different from a regular attack boost. If you read this and you're like, okay, a 2x attack boost, that's trash. This is different from that. This is another type of buff. And that is really good. So if you hit a great strike or a good or a miss, you will not get the 2x. It only takes effect when you hit the perfect. Okay, and then if your captain is cerebral or shooter, reduces healing turns into damage debuff as well as attack down when so a chain attack down. This works only for chain maximum attack down, not chain minimum attack down. That's kind of not good. I mean, I know it's going to be needed for the content this month. It only works for chain maximum attack down, so when you get above a certain chain, then you get attack down. They're just trying to stop you from getting really high damage. So having that reduced in her special is quite unique. I wish they just reduced the minimum and maximum attack down, because most of the time the minimum chain attack down is the most annoying in regular content. But I guess in Superboss, that is going to be a very required effect to get from a special. And then if you have a chain lock, it gets increased by 0.5. So that includes chain boundary effects. So if you are using a chain boundary buff, then the minimum will get increased by 0.5 as well as the maximum. If you don't have a chain lock or a chain boundary when you use her special, you get a chain minimum of 3x and a chain maximum of 35x. Very, very strong. That's a great chain boundary effect. So great special for damage. Very interesting utility that I know will be needed in a lot of content, especially Superboss. Without Superboss, I don't think this character special is gonna be needed. In Superboss, I fear the chain maximum attack down reduction is definitely gonna be needed. But in that case, you can kind of just use the Metal Exchange Ace. His captain ability reduces both maximum and minimum chain attack down by 5 turns innately. But the perfect tap attack boost is really important. I think this is a gonna be a must-have in Kizuna if you're trying to get the highest damage multipliers. Fixed healing, great. Super tandem, I mean, that is not required, but I mean, it is a great effect to have if you are using super tandem on your Superboss teams and you don't have a tandem orb. Full wood of matching orbs, never gonna complain about that through block. You do have to hit 4 perfects in a row in the stage when you use a special to get to the perfect tap attack boost though. So you can't get the chain boundary and the chain attack boost or perfect attack boost in the same turn. So at least you can carry over. You can use a special in stage 2 or stage 4, whatever is the stage before the final stage. Use a special, you get the super tandem attack buff for 3 turns. That is going to last for both stages. You get healing, a full ward of matching orbs. Would have been nice if she could lock them. Maybe she does that with her super type. And then you get the super or the perfect attack buff in the following stage as long as you hit 4 perfects or more in a row. Great utility, but quite niche. Always going to be nice to have a chain boundary though. Overall, I don't think this character is going to be needed for most players. That special is great in Superboss, but in other cases, I just don't think it's going to be necessary. I mean, the utility, most of the time, those two aren't going to be appearing in content, or you can kind of ignore them. Only case, Superboss. Chain boundary, always nice. And full board of matching orbs. So for most content, you're going to get a chain boundary, a full board of matching orbs, and that's basically it. Yes, you will have the chain or the ability to use super tandem with recovery, strength and rainbow orbs, but most of the time you don't even use super tandem unless you're in Kizuna. The perfect attack buff is great, but most of the time you're only using your specials on the final stage for most content, unless you're doing Pirate King Adventures. If you're doing Pirate King Adventures, this character is also not too bad. You can pop this special on stage 4, and then on the final stage, you get that very unique buff. I'm definitely thinking of use cases for this character, and I think she will definitely see play. But once again, I don't think it's going to be necessary for most players. If you're a hardcore Superboss player, then I think this character will be a must-have. So her super type doesn't activate when you have characters. It activates when you have an additive boost or a chain multiplicative buff to your chain. Very easy requirement. That's awesome. Reduces cruiser silence by 5 turns. This is not special bind. Silence is a very probably the most annoying debuff in One Piece Treasure Cruise, because you can't use any character special, you can't use their swap effects, all you can do is attack normally. But the thing is, most of the time silence is inflicted to your entire crew. But I'm guessing going forward, a lot of content is going to have only crew silence, so not your captains. In which case, you can use Uta's super type, get rid of the silence, and then you can actually use your characters. Now, this is not something that is reduced by many characters. Like, this is a very, very recent buff that, like, almost no units are going to reduce. So that definitely is going to make this character a lot more required as a captain. In modern day content, you're probably going to be needing this character as a friendly unit if you don't have them, because silence is so annoying, bruh. Like, you can't do anything, you're basically stuck. And that is just it's terrible, because you think it's special bind, but then you get into the quest and then you get silenced. It's just terrible. She gives herself a rainbow orb, not through block. A bit odd, okay. And then locks your crew slots for 2 turns. Okay, so that works very well with her special. She is a multiple stage proccing unit. And then you get a orb multiplier modification buff. So strength orbs are now gonna strength and rainbow orbs are now gonna have the same effect as Whaa orbs. No, even stronger. Whaa orbs are 2.5x. These are now going to be 2.75x when they are matching. So, very substantial increase. And you also get super type for strength, of course. I think this is a great super type. The part where she gives herself a matching orb should have been through block, but her special does that anyway. Would have been nice to see that in her super type as well, though. Silence reduction, impeccable. Orb multiplicative modification, impeccable. And locking orbs is a great effect that many underestimate, so I am also very happy with that. Very easy requirement as well. I'm happy with this character. I genuinely think this character is great. Hunger reduction of 3, awesome. Barrier penetration could have been ignoring barrier 100% without worrying about HP, but this is fine, I guess. Yeah, I know. This is a pretty terrible barrier penetration. If you had 50% HP, you will not be getting this. It works if you're above 80% or below 20%. So you have to be on one extreme or the other. Just make it ignores barriers completely. Like, come on, bro. Super Tandem, let's take a look at this. Reduces all enemies' defense up by 3 turns. Great. Applies attack boost, Super Tandem of 2x to Strength, Quick, Cerebral, and Shooter. That is very versatile. Awesome. I wish it was 2.25x, but that is fine. That boosts a lot of units. And the utility, I mean, that's amazing. In a lot of scenarios, we know that defense up is probably the most annoying enemy buff of the most basic ones. So between defense up, damage reduction, and threshold, defense up is probably the most annoying because it can't be ignored by characters like Carrot or Dogstorm or Cat Viper, who can ignore enemy defensive effects. Barrier can also be ignored by that. Defense up is always going to be the outlier there. So having that reduced with her super tandem is awesome. It does require 3 or more cerebral characters. So besides Uta herself, 3 characters. That is great. It means you don't need specific units. That is actually so good. Wow. I wish it was also shooter characters, but that would be too broken. I think this is a great super tandem. Like, genuinely, this is awesome. Support, strength type cerebral units, so the character has to have strength type and cerebral class. Once per quest, if supported character uses a special to apply additive buff or chain multiplicative buff, or chain lock or chain boundary. Changes her the supported character slot to rainbow, and is going to give the enemy percentage resistance down against cerebral characters. And you're going to get a final tap buff of 5%. Now look, this is great. This is unique. This is the first of its kind. I think this is the first support to boost the final tap with the final tap buff. Not the first resistance reducing support, but this is great. If you are in a Superboss scenario and you just want to get the highest damage, definitely not required. The rainbow orb is not through block. Yeah, it's good. It's very unique and good, but not required. I'm glad it's not stat boosting though, which is awesome to see. The crewmate abilities reduces her own special by 5 turns at the start of the quest if your captain is strength or quick, and they use a special. So this is very unique, but very strong. Like, wow, that is really good. That is an amazing crewmate ability. Wow. So she just gets straight up 5 turns of cooldown if your captain who is strength or quick uses their special. That is amazing. It can only be activated once in a quest, but she basically becomes an 8-turn cooldown unit with that special. I think that's pretty solid. And she negates remove SFX. Like, it can't get better than this. This is great. We always want more characters who can ignore this, because it's a very annoying debuff. So it's great that we have this character. Yeah, I think an amazing character. Her Rumble stuff, she does have Super Rumble special. Let's first take a look at her special and her passive though. Passive is going to be strength type, HP up, speed up, and defense up of level 6. Yes, this is great. My strength team lacks defense and tankiness. Wow, okay, this is awesome. I mean, in the first 20 seconds of battle, she gives herself special CT speed up of a level 5. Okay, why is it to herself? Let's take a look at her special, but that's not a bad passive. Special maxing out at 10, of course, being 20 CT, that's very low. Target strength type teammates for attack up of level 7 for 25 seconds. Speed up of level 7 for 25 seconds. And a defense up of level 7 for 25 seconds. Target strength type teammates, not including herself, for 20% special CT reduction. And then targets teammates with below 50% HP for 300 HP per interval auto healing every for 30 seconds. Okay. Very, very interesting. So she... Wow, okay. She activates very fast with her passive. She's then going to make your units attack a lot more frequently with speed up, and with greater power with attack up, and also makes them tanky against the enemy's attacks by giving us a huge amount of defense up. And then she makes your specials also activate faster for your other teammates by giving a CT reduction of 20% and healing them. Okay, I think this unit's gonna be on strength teams. I think this unit's definitely gonna be on strength teams. And her Rumble super special, hello. After character receives enemy rumble special 3 times. Okay. Remember, she's probably gonna proc twice or maybe even 3 times in a run. So you're gonna get those effects a lot. So she's a great unit. Target strength type teammates for attack up level 10 for 30 seconds. Speed up level 10 for 30 seconds. And a defense up level 10 for 30 seconds. Target strength type teammates for 50% special CT reduction. 600 HP per interval auto healing for 30 seconds. So even better than her regular special. And targets 3 strength type teammates for HP 50% healing. Wow. I remember this is going to activate likely on her second activation in the quest. Or in the match, I mean. So you're going to... Your strength team's going to be so much more tanky. And so much more... They're going to have so much more damage. They're going to be attacking also so much more frequently. Yeah, this is really good. Wow. And she completely evades special bind as well. Whoa. And she reduces her own damage taken from Dex enemies by 30%, so she's not gonna die anytime soon. I'm at a loss for words. This character is amazing. Both regular play, in Superboss, in a Rumble. I want her, bro. I really want this character. I want this unit, bro. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments. This is interesting. I probably will be doing a few multis for this character. I mean, wow. Let me know your thoughts on this unit. Maybe I'm delusional. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. And I'm out.